Good morning, everyone. My name is Beth, and today I'm going to be walking you through HomeDex FastStats reports, which are a member benefit provided to you courtesy of the North San Diego County Realtors. Now, before we get started, hello, nice to have you here today. We're excited to take you through these reports. Please double check that your audio settings are working. If you're having any issues, kindly let us know. Questions are welcome today, and if you have those questions, please be sure to send those in to us via the questions box. And today we're going to be walking through your HomeDex FastStats reports. Now, you might already be aware of what these are, or you may need a refresher or may not be very familiar with them. Whichever category you fall into, we have you covered. We're going to take our time today to focus on what these reports are and how you can use them in your day-to-day, specifically for you buyers agents out there. Now we're going to walk through the tool, we'll cover some usage examples, and then wrap things up with some frequently asked questions. And as a friendly reminder, today's session is being recorded, and a copy of the recording will be emailed to you in a couple of hours. Now, today we're going to take a look at, again, FastStats HomeDex reports. Now, to access these, it's very simple. You can do so directly on the North San Diego County Realtors website when you click on the Member Center tab along the top ribbon and click into the HomeDex Market Statistics link, which you can see right there in the red box. And when you click into that, it's going to have you authenticate into your MLS. And from there, you're going to be taken into the tool, which will look like this. So this is your main interface. This is FastStats. This is where the HomeDex PDF reports are hosted. And this is a tool that's going to provide you with a variety of historical PDF reports. Each of these reports is going to help you visualize your market in different ways. And as a brief overview of the interface here, we have some multicolored tabs along the left-hand side, and each one of these tabs houses a different type of report. So with these tabs, I can either select from these drop-down menus here to determine whichever report I would like to pull up, or I can take advantage of the interactive map. So we're going to go through each of these reports types in more depth. But before we do that, I do want to call out that these reports are made available to you every single month for the previous month on the 5th calendar day of the month. So on the 5th calendar day of November, the reports for October should be up and available to you. Now we're going to start with the first tab here, which is the local market updates tab. So this is the name of the report right here. And there are two menu drop-down options here. We can first select the area that we'd like to take a look at. And each one of these areas in this drop-down is a specific region, and each one of these is an individual report. So I can select from any one of these. The second drop-down option is which time period I would like to look at the report for. So as you can see, when I select this drop-down, I can see reports that go up to December of 2014. So you have quite a bit of data here to take a look at to see how your market has performed over the last decade. Now, when you are trying to find a report that you would like to pull up, again, you can select from the area drop down here, but we always recommend that you take advantage of the interactive map instead, especially if you know your area very well. You can see our design team did an amazing job getting these map shapes put on, and finding the area that you're looking for is going to be very simple. So the first layer here for the local market updates is going to be broken down first by these main counties. So we've got North San Diego County, East San Diego County, Metro San Diego County, and South San Diego County. Now, in addition to these county shapes, we do have a single report accessible down here, which is a full local market update report for the entirety of San Diego County. So this is going to be accumulation of everything that you want if you are not interested in looking at a specific region in one of these counties. Now, if I do want to take a look at a specific local region, I can do so by simply clicking into one of these shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and click into North San Diego County here. And you'll notice that there are a plethora of additional shapes here that make up the map, and each one of these is going to be an individual report. So what's interesting here is that we can see that there are several areas, such as Oceanside here, which have been broken up into 3 smaller reports. So we've got Oceanside with 3 different zip codes, 3 different zip code reports here, as well as Carlsbad. We've got 2 different reports for Carlsbad. So the point of these reports is to let you get really hyper-focused in on these local regions to view data for them, see how the market has performed in these smaller regions. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at one of these reports closer. Let's take a look at the Oceanside report for this 92054 zip code. So I can just simply click on this and it'll pull up a report right here. And this is the report. So this is the local market update report. This is a single page report. Every single one of these local market updates will be formatted the exact same way, which is going to be nice because it's going to let you compare multiple reports against one another because they are formatted exactly the same way. Now, we like to call this the something similar, to the executive summary report. It's going to have everything you need on one single page. So a little overview of the report. Along the top here, you have the reporting period. So we're looking at September of 2024. You have the area that we're looking at. So this is for Oceanside with this zip code, and then the associated county is indicated beneath that area. Now on the main report here, we have 2 different property types split out that we're looking at data for. So the first category here is detached single family homes. And we're also looking at metrics for attached single family homes. Now there's some key metrics here that we're running stats on. We've got new listings, pending sales, closed sales, days on market until sale, median sales price, average sales price, percent of original list price received, percent of list price received, inventory of homes for sale, and month supply of inventory. So these metrics are the same between the 2 categories, with the difference being obviously the property type that the stats are being run for. Now we're looking at 2 secondary columns here for this data. The first is going to be the most recent reporting month, or whichever month you selected. So we're looking at September of the current year, 2024. And we're comparing these figures to that same month, September, from the year prior, so September of 2023. Now, if you were to pull up this report for September of 2023 instead, then this would be September of 2023 versus September of 2022, right to the left here. So this is going to give you a year-over-year percentage change to give you a good understanding of how these different metrics have performed from one year to another. Now, we also have a rolling 12 months column here with data that showcases figures through that current month of the current year, that current month of the year prior, and the percentage change. Now, the design of this report is going to help you very quickly identify stats you need in specific regions without having to go digging for that data elsewhere. So maybe you want to look at median sales price figures for detached single-family homes in this Oceanside zip code. Well, you have that data very easily visible here. And we can see that last month, the median sales price for detached single family homes was just under $1.3 million. Now we have that figure, and we also have the figure from the year prior, and we have the percentage change. So we can now speak to the fact that in this specific zip code, there was a 4.8% decrease in the median sales price in homes in this region. So again, this is going to be really nice because you can speak to your clients, you can speak to your social media audience, to other agents, and help them understand what's going on in the market because the data you need is right here. You don't need to go digging for it, like I mentioned. Now, we can also see, for example, that new listings increased in this specific zip code last month compared to 2023. So this is a number you might want to focus on too. New listings are up. That's always a positive thing. And another nice aspect of this report is that right along the bottom here, we have 2 charts that are going to provide a visualization of median sales price data for each of these property types. Now we've got detached single family on the left, and we have attached single family on the right. And these are further broken out by comparing 2 lines, one which is that blue line for this specific local area, versus the red line, which is North San Diego County as a whole. So this is really going to offer a nice way to quickly see how is this area performing against the area, the region, the entire region as a whole. And you'll be able to see the historical data going back to 2019 with those lines showing you kind of what that performance looks like. Now, how can you use this report in your day-to-day? Well, a lot of ways. You can bring it to open houses, you can use it with client meetings, but you can also use it if you're working with the family who's unsure of where to look for their next home. You know, they might have a couple of areas in mind, but they're not really sure where to start. These reports are going to be very handy and useful because you're going to find the data quickly and help guide them as efficiently as possible based on this data. So maybe a family you're working with is interested in Carmel Valley and Claremont Mesa. So I can go ahead and find Carmel Valley. I'm going to do it from this drop down because I admittedly do not remember where which zip code this was in. Where are you, Carmel? Well, let's pull up Claremont Mesa first. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Claremont Mesa for last month. Click View Report. And again, it's formatted the exact same way. So I've got quick stats here for Claremont Mesa that I can bring to the table for that family. I can let them know that for detached single family homes, the price did go up the median sales price did go up 20.9% from September of 2024 versus 2023. Housing prices are quite steep, but we also have other stats here that we can focus on and then compare to the other region. So I can go ahead and print this report out if I'd like, or email it if I'd like, and then go ahead and pull up Carmel Valley. Now I have to look at, I just saw it, there you are. Now I'm going to pull up Carmel Valley, and again, I can print this or email it. You could share it however you'd like, as long as you keep the source citation along the bottom of the report so people know where you got it. But I can pull up Carmel Valley, and now I have a very clear indicator that the median sales price of homes in Carmel Valley last month was significantly higher. So we have that 2.6 million versus Claremont Mesa, which had 1.2. So if you're working with a family and you're helping them determine, like, price-wise, which area is going to be a better, bang for their buck, you now have a report to showcase to them that Carmel Valley is significantly higher. So you might want to consider taking a look at Claremont Mesa. Now, on the flip side, we also have inventory of homes for sale data here, so we know what kind of opportunities there are. So you're going to pay more in Carmel Valley, and it also looks like there were 36 homes for sale in this region, 16.3% decrease from September of 2023, versus Claremont Mesa, which has 43 homes for sale last month. So there's more opportunities in Claremont Mesa too. So maybe Mr. or Mrs. Homebuyer, we should focus on this region. And of course, this doesn't have to be just with buyers. This could be just providing an insight to your sphere of influence. Let people know how the San Diego housing market is performing and keep them updated with these little bite-sized reports. Now we're going to take a look at the second report here. And before I do that, let me call out, with each of these county reports, we do have a county level report as well. So if you don't want to look at one of these smaller regions, if you want to see North San Diego County's full report, you do have that option. The numbers are going to be much higher because there's more data here. And you can compare two counties together if you'd like. So if you want to compare it to South San Diego County, you have a county level report there as well. So you can go ahead and pull these up. And again, side by side, compare and contrast, take a look. We can see North San Diego County median sales price last month was 1.2 million versus South San Diego County, where the median sales price was significantly cheaper at $895K. This would be a very nice number to showcase to people. Especially because inventory is up in this area as well. We can see South San Diego County has an inventory jump of 15.3%, 203 homes for sale last month. And also helpful to know is that the zip codes will always be provided for these county level reports, so you know which regions are being accounted for. So you can get very creative with these local market updates. Again, they're little bite-sized reports that provide all the data you need. So you can show county to county, you can show zip code to zip code, you can show the entire San Diego County report versus another smaller county. You can really get creative with this. Now, the second report we're going to take a look at here is this second tab, and this is your monthly indicators report. It's one report. You don't have any map shapes to click into. It's one single report for the entirety of North San Diego County. And when I click into it, it's going to open up. Now, the monthly indicators report is significantly different from the local market updates that we just looked at. because instead of one single page of a particular area, we have a 14-page, 30,000-foot view of the entire market as a whole. So this is going to be a great report to use in your overall communications. On page 1 here, we're going to have the reporting month as well as some text that is written here in-house at showing time. So the outer 2 paragraphs, this first one and this last one, are going to provide a narrative of how the US housing market performed for that given month. It's going to provide some data, some stats, some percentages. It's going to provide some citations. We're using, NAR for a citation, for example. And then the inner 2 paragraphs are written to focus in on your market. So again, you're going to have percentages for your market, dollar amounts. It's going to let you know some interesting metric changes, closed sales increasing, supply increasing, which is a nice number to focus on. So you are always welcome to use this in your communications, but as I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, we just ask that you keep the citation, let people know where you got this. Now on this front page, you're also going to see a monthly snapshot of median sales price for detached homes, attached homes, and all properties combined. So you're going to be easily be able to take a look at what the median sales price was for that month for the entire market with a dollar amount here, as well as a table of contents, because there is a lot of stuff here. Now we're going to move on to the next 2 pages. So these next 2 pages, are going to be what we call a Cliff Note summary of the market. So the first page is going to be an overview specific to single-family detached properties. And the second page is going to be an overview for single-family attached properties. So we've got those 2 property types split out. And we'll take a look at the single-family detached overview first. Again, this is like a Cliff Note summary. It's going to provide you a nice bird's eye view of what happened with all of these key metrics. So these key metrics were in that local market update report, but now it's going to be a bit different because we're looking at more numbers. We're looking at a broader view of the market. We're not looking at a specific zip code. And we've got some additional things here like historical spark bars, which provide a visualization of how that metric performed over the last 3 years. We also have year-to-date numbers rather than rolling 12-month numbers. So on this right column here, you'll see year-to-date for the current year versus the year prior with those percentage changes. And we're going to go ahead and take a look. So for example, the inventory of homes for sale right here for single-family detached properties in San Diego County was 1,469. And that was a 10%, almost 11% increase from September of 2023. So this would be, again, a nice number to showcase out there that opportunities are growing, especially cooling off for many markets. Anytime you see an increase in inventory, that's a good sign. You're going to want to be sure people are aware of it. Buyers, sellers, people that are interested in maybe thinking about buying a house, other agents, the possibilities are there. And we can also take a look at, again, some of the other metrics that we were reviewing with the local market updates. We can see what the median sales price was for these homes in the market with that percentage change. So overall, single-family detached homes did go up almost 8% from September of 2024 to 2023. We have those numbers here. We can review those, and then as we continue moving month over month, you can compare these reports to see how these numbers change, because these numbers do update. We have data updating as we receive the data changes within the data feed. So if there are changes to the data moving forward, the reports will update to reflect those changes. Now, as we continue past these first 2 Cliff Notes pages, we're going to have an individual page for every single metric. This is going to be a deep dive. This is not going to be just figures. This is going to be a nice, thorough, comprehensive overview of how each of these metrics performed. Now, we recommend when you open this report that you take a look at each of these metrics first, just kind of glance at them, familiarize yourself, because a lot of these metrics are leading indicators, which means that they drive other metrics such as supply and pricing. So it's good to kind of paint a picture of what's been happening in the market by getting an understanding of how some of these metrics impact other metrics. So we've got new listings here, we've got pending sales. Again, this is going to go down and down and down. And I